Device, a 4-time major winner, 2-time major MVP, 19 tournament MVPs, and a total of 28 LAN tournament wins in his career. Device is what could be considered one of the best players to ever touch the game, and yet he is only 27 years young. Now, after having one of a kind of run in Astralis, where they were winning every LAN trophy from 2018 to 2019, they had a sudden fall in 2020 during the online era, the COVID era. Um, Although they had some okay placements in 2020, they weren't ever able to replicate anything they had in those previous years. And now going into 2021, it looked to go even more downhill with even worse placements, with getting second in Blast Premier Global Final 2020, 7th to 9th in Blast Premier Spring Group 2021, 5th to 6th IM Katowice 2021, 5th to 6th ESL Pro League Season 13, and 9 to 16th Blast Premier Spring Showdown 2021, which was his last tournament with Astralis. After these results, Device did the unthinkable by leaving Astralis to go join NIP, which is Ninjas in Pajamas, in what could be considered a roster move of the year. Within the time spent playing under NIP, Device played 13 tournaments, and within those 13 tournaments, only won one, which was IEM Fall Group 2021. NIP were a good roster, but struggled to achieve the goals of winning tournaments with their roster. And with the addition of Device, and thanks to lackluster results, along with mental health issues stated by Device and NIP, he decided to take a step back from active play and take care of himself. His last official, as of recording this video, is December 5th, 2021 at IEM Winter against Godsent in the quarterfinals, where they won 2-1, and Device put up a 1.20 rating along with Hampus, who also put up a 1.22 rating. It has been almost a year now since he has taken a step back, and for the most part he's been completely quiet besides a Twitter post. Now, with a recent post from Jackson MVP on Twitter, it seems like Astralis is trying to get their former star opper Device from NIP to fill into the team. Now, if this deal goes through, who would be replaced? Now, knowing how Astralis have been having issues to fill the shoes of their one-star opper with players such as Lucky and currently Farlig, who's the current active opper in Astralis, I highly think that either Farlig would get replaced or Convig after a recent nightclub incident where he apparently got in a fight at a club in Malta, where he apparently suffered a complicated ankle fracture, according to Astralis. Now, I'm leaning more towards Config getting removed, purely because the whole incident at the Malta Club, which looks really bad for him and the org. Now, role-wise, it would definitely be a big upgrade to replace Farlig with Device and keep Config, but I don't think that's a good idea if Device wants to win trophies, and that's where the title of this video comes in. Why Device to Astralis is a bad idea. So I have some points here. Even if Device carries, just like we've seen with Blame F do, or even the duo of Blame F plus Config, they struggle against teams in the top 10. For example, they had a 2-1 loss recently against Heroic, with Blame F putting up a 1.10 rating and Config putting up a 1.11 rating.
Any time, does he have any hope? No. 16-13, Heroic eliminate Astralis from Pro League, and Cadian, he stands up. A valiant effort in the derby here. Heroic come out on top.
They also had a 2-1 loss against Complexity with a Blame F putting up a 1.35 rating, Glaive a 1.12 rating, Farlig a 1.11, Config 1.06, and Zipix with a 0.01 rating. Astralis will need even more changes if Device wants to join and say replace Farlig, as all the Astralis players except for Blame F and even Config, who recently has found some kind of form of consistency or like playing better than what he was when he first joined. In the last 3 months, with 45 maps played between Glaive, Zipix, and Farlig, Glaive has averaged a 0.99 rating, Zipix has had a 0.98 rating, and Farlig with a 0.99. What I think Device should do, now, first off, I think Device should wait and see what happens after the major, or post-major, and see what kind of roster changes happen, because that's usually when the most roster changes happen. So he could have quite a bit of opportunity to find a team, or a lot more opportunity to find a team. An option that I would prefer as of right now is him to return into active play in NIP as the opper. So right now, currently, Rez is opping, and if I'm correct, I want to say Esatag took Plopsy's goals. So what I would do is I would either get rid of Esatag or Rez, either or. I think they're both, even though Rez is good, he hasn't been as peak form as we know he should be. That's a championship roster, and they already qualified as of recording this. They actually went 3-0 in the EU RMR, so they're automatically in the legend stage. So they look really good right now.
National. National. I'm gonna. Fine. Nice. Nice. Schön. On the bomb. Schön. No! Let's go! Let's go!
And plus, Ampus isn't IGL anymore, so he has a full range to do whatever he wants now. Now, if Device really wanted to go back to Astralis, some changes I would make if I was Astralis, or if I was Device and wanted to go back to Astralis and win, is remove Zipex. First off, he's just not as good as he was back in 2018 and 2019, where he was putting up about 1.10, 1.12 ratings, and was way better than what he was now. Second, I think I would try to keep Glaive as the IGL and see how he does in Astralis with Device coming in, and see if maybe they can work with something. But still, due to poor performance as an IGL, getting kills, all that stuff, I would probably remove him still. And I have three options actually here that I would do. So the first one I have, which is probably the easiest, but it would have to be up to the player himself, is putting Blame F as the IGL. Now, Blame F was the IGL for Complexity back in I think the team was in late 2019 to late 2021 is how long it lasted, and they had a really dominant run. They were really consistent back in 2020. He was an IGL who kept putting up good stats. I think he had like an average of 1.2 rating even as IGLing, which is really good. So the second one is Refresh, who was playing the lurker role under Cadian, and then became an IGL recently when joining Sprout after he got dropped from, or removed, or bench, or whatever from Heroic. So far it's turned out pretty good. He actually just qualified with Sprout for the Brazil Major in the Challenger stage. They went 3-1, so yeah.
Flashing. Yeah!
And then my third option is Bird from Sky. He's kind of like a tier 2 IGL. He's kind of known in the tier 2 scene, also known for cheating, apparently. Like, people accuse him of cheating. This player has been accused of accusations of cheating, but he can't deny he's a good IGL. He helped bring Ecstatic to be a strong tier 2 team who can also be competitive against low tier 1 teams. So that'd be my third option. The issue is there's not really a lot of talent in Denmark that's free. Either the tier 1 talent is either taken up or just there is none. And the only option besides staying full Danish is, if they want to get more players, is going international and going to English. And that would definitely open their shop options for picking up players. But the good thing is, if they do go international, all the Danish players speak good or fluent English. Pretty much everybody knows good enough English or is fluent, obviously, in English. So yeah, now I don't really have much left to say. I think I got what I wanted to say about Device, etc., about Astralis, etc. And if you have any opinions, comment below. I'd like to hear them. See what kind of opinions you guys have. And yeah, until next time, stay fresh, YouTube squad.